In multiplying polynomials, it's really important to apply the laws of exponents. For example, let's say we have 2x squared y to the third power, and then z times negative 3x to the fourth power, z to the fifth power, and then z, y to the fifth power, and then z. Now, in multiplying monomial in another monomial, once again, you have to follow the rules or the laws in exponents. For example, here we got 2 and negative 3. For here, we just have to multiply the numerical coefficients 2 and negative 3, and that is negative 6. But when multiplying the same variable again, from the laws of exponents, we have to copy the common variable, which is x, and then add the exponents, and that will be 6. And then we're going to do the same thing with the y. 3 plus 5 is 8. And same thing with the z's. So z times z is, you have to remember that z has an invisible 1 and invisible 1 also. So if you add them together, that will give you 2, and that will be the product of the monomials. Now, this is when you multiply monomial to monomial. Now, how about if you multiply 4x squared y by 3x squared, okay, y to the third power minus 2. Okay, just that. Now, when multiplying a monomial by a binomial, here we did monomial and monomial. This time it's going to be monomial and binomial. Now, to multiply, we have to make sure that you know how to distribute. But when you distribute again, you have to multiply, okay, the numerical coefficients. So here we have 4 times 3. We're multiplying this monomial to the first term of the binomial, which is 3x squared y cubed. So this multiplied to that gives you 4 times 3 is 12. Again, multiply x and x, and then add the exponents, 4, and then y and y to the, there's an invisible 1 there, 1 times 1 plus 3 is 4. So after multiplying the monomial to the first term of the binomial, multiply it to the second term. Okay? So again, negative 2 times 4, 4 times negative 2 is giving you negative 8. But wait, this doesn't have a variable, so all you have to do is to just copy x squared and y over here. Just copy next to negative 8, and you now have x squared y, and this is the final answer. Okay? Now remember, when multiplying the same variable, you have to add the exponents. That's it. Now, how about if you have... So we're done with monomial, and then we're done with monomial to binomial. How about if we have number 3, 5x minus 2, and 3x plus, let's say plus 5. Now, in our class, we mastered how to use the for method, which is also this one. So we're going to use the arrows this time. Here, for the first binomial, we have 5x. So for the first term, we have to distribute 5x to every term of the second binomial. So now, by multiplying 5x and 3x, the product of 5x and 3x will be 15. X, again, x times x is squared, 15x squared. And now 5x times 5 will be, 5 times 5 is 25, but because this has x, we're just going to copy x. So we're done distributing 5x to both of them, both the terms in the second binomial. So this time we will distribute negative 2. to both of the terms in the second binomial. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, but because 3x has x, so we're just going to copy the x. And now negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Now again, in adding and subtracting monomials, first we have to identify if we have terms that are like terms. So it looks like these two are like terms, and the final answer would be 15x squared. We don't have other x squared, so we're just going to write it down, and then 25 minus 6, using your calculator mental math, it will be plus 19, and then copy the common variable, which is x, and now you have minus 10. This is now the product of your binomial and another binomial. Binomial and another binomial. Okay, now let's try number 4. Let's try number 4. Okay, how about if you have 3x minus 5 and another 3x plus 5? Guys, go ahead, figure that out. Okay, now, again, we're going to apply the same process. We're going to distribute the 3x to both of them there. And that would be 3x times 3x is 9x squared. 3x times 5 is plus 15x. So I'm done distributing 3x to 3x and then 3x to 5. Then I'll go ahead and distribute the negative 5 to both of them. So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15x. And then negative 5 times 5 is negative 25. Okay, now identify the like terms again. This and that. So, but wait. 15 minus 15 is giving you 0x, but because 0 times x is equal to 0, then might as well ignore them, just cancel them out, and now you have x squared minus 25. That's it. Okay, now let me give you another example. How about number 5? Number 5. Now, how about given 2x minus 4 squared? Now you have to remember in having binomial like this with an exponent of 2, again, if you have 5 squared, that means you will do 5 times 5. Okay? If you have 3 squared, you will do it this way, 3 times 3. So having 2x minus 4 to the second power, that means we're doing 2x minus 4. We are multiplying this binomial to itself twice. That means you have 2x minus 4 and then 2x minus 4. Okay? And then do the same thing. Distribute 4x squared minus 8x minus 8x plus 16. Final answer, they're like terms. Final answer is 4x squared minus 16x plus. That is the final answer. Okay? Now, let's try another one. Number 6. Let's try the last one, number 6. Let's do 2x minus 4 times 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Here you go. Now this time we're looking for the product of a binomial and 1, 2, 3 trinomial, binomial and trinomial. So That means you have to do it this way. This multiplied to that, this multiplied to that, this multiplied to that. Negative 4 multiplied to this, that, and this. Again, follow the steps and you will be able to get the product of this. Now I'll go ahead and solve it for you really quick, and so we can be done with this one. So 2x times 3x is 6x cubed. 2x times 2x plus 4x squared. 2x times negative 5, negative 10x. Negative 4 times 3x is negative 12x squared. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8x. Negative 4 times 5, negative 5 is positive 20. Now let's go ahead and combine like terms. We only have one x cubed, so I'm just going to write down x cubed. But wait, I've got this and this. So 4 minus 12 is giving me negative 8x squared. And another one, what I noticed, are negative 10 and negative 8x. Negative 10x and negative 8x, which is negative 18x. And then plus 20. And this will be the product of the binomial and trinomial. Ciao.